Sorry about that. Thank you, Aloha. I appreciate that. I looked down and I saw that, yeah, it was muted. Sorry about that. Aloha, I was saying that I hope that everything is okay and that you weren't on the island that had the wildfire. So, but all your friends and people that you know, loved ones are safe. Yeah. So what I'm doing today is I have good. I have I went out today. Oh, don't, these aren't working. I got about 15 videos queued up. Oh, okay, good, good. All right, let's see here.
Called for water, and your filter is dead.
All right, Aloha. Today, this video is gonna be. Let me pause this. My sister was telling me that yeah, some of my videos are kind of slow and drawn out and monotonous. So I'm gonna try to shake some stuff up. I went on this call today. I don't know if you can see if you look at the very top that gauge up there. This was trying to fill this unit. So this was an Ice-O-Matic Elevation Series. We'll go over that the model number. Have you had any experience with that Elevation Series? And while I wait on that, what I'm doing is I have a number of videos set up in here that are gonna replay. Oh no! Oh, you're in for a treat. You're in for a treat. Hey, Aloha, do you do commercial or are you residential branching out into commercial?
Yeah, that was.
I see this is weird. Some videos are playing and some are not. I've been experiencing this problem earlier. Yep, some videos are playing and some are not. I'm gonna have to improvise. I am going to have to improvise. Perfect. All right. So you're just now getting into commercial. Perfect. Perfect. So what I'm gonna break down today is something that you're not gonna see by anybody else on YouTube. What I try to do is there are people on YouTube that are far better with this than I am.
There it is. It's through track.
We'll let them do it. We'll let them do that. Oh, sure, no problem. No problem. So we'll let them do that. And what I'm gonna do is something I'm gonna deliver something that only I can. We'll let all the rest of them. NorCal Dave, I learned so much from NorCal Dave. We'll let NorCal Dave do his videos. We let HVACR Chris do his videos. Let them all do their. There's a bunch of guys that I watch. There's a bunch of guys that I watch. But what I can do that's different than the rest of them is that I have a little more experience with certain brands than they do. And right now, I have a lot more experience on this brand new Ice-O-Matic Elevation Series. Now, Ice-O-Matic is you're going to find them in Starbucks and a lot of other places. And right about now, the Elevation Series has particular quirks. So I'm going to run through some of those, and I'm going to go through this video today because this machine that I had today, I was really caught off guard with it. I was really caught off guard. So let me see here. And anybody else in the chat, please chime in. Let me know if you have any experience with these ice machines or just ice machines in general or commercial, because that's going to help me to tailor this information to you. So what we're dealing with here, that is the water delivery system for these machines. Let me pause this real quick. So You got two filters. This does 1,136 pounds of ice. In the model number of ice machines, you're typically going to see that. You're typically going to see how much ice it delivers to you. So this is a CIM, which is the Elevation Series, 1,136 pound remote. The FR5, that means remote, right? And then the serial number gives you all the other information you're looking for too. So the customer's calling me. They ain't called me for a while. But this particular customer, and you might have seen this place in a couple other videos, they have 3 machines. So I wasn't exactly worried about getting on over there. And so this is the middle machine. They have another Ice-O-Matic on the left, this Ice-O-Matic in the middle, and then a Manitowoc on the right. And please, people, chime in anytime. My sister was asking me today, why do I keep asking questions? Why do I keep asking if anybody has any questions? And I tell her the reason why I ask throughout my videos, do you have any questions? Is because people will reach out to me and then I end up having to answer the same thing to multiple people, which I don't mind, especially since the channel is growing. I don't mind, but if we can get the questions out here, it's going to help everybody else and not just the few people I talk to on a one-on-one. So if you look up at the very top, you'll see that gauge. That gauge lets you know how much water is flowing through those lines going to the actual ice machine. Now, it's going to show the building pressure. It's going to show the water, what they call static pressure. It's going to show you the pressure that's in the lines, which is going to be around like 35, 40, 45 on the needle. People tend to ignore that. They think that just because the pressure is up, that there's plenty of water. No, you need to check it when it starts to fill. When it starts to fill is when you need to check it. All right, you did Adrian, you said you did a Hoshizaki with a plug drain once. Okay, all right. This is going to be much different than Hoshizaki. Much different. That's a sister thing. Right? Oh, thank you. No, you know what? My wife is my biggest hater. My sister is fine with it. My sister was just saying today, she was like, you know what? She went through Aldi's and she was actually looking at the brand of refrigerators and stuff and all, because my sister does this too. My sister started when she was like 12. We both started, we started together. All right, so let me go there. So they called me about the ice machine not working, blah blah blah, and I just, mind you, I was there like a week or two prior. Son of a gun. All right, this video is not playing. Let me go to video number 2. Damn it. So what this was is I was showing that the employees were messing with the machine. They stripped out they stripped out. You know what? Let me see if I can reload this. They stripped out the screws to allow the panel to open. I hope this isn't too choppy. I got the video. I'm reloading it. Let me pause this.
Water.
Here it is.
And your filter is dead.
So it's showing that the filter is completely dead on this one. All right. So now I had opened up the sides, showing the model numbers. Let me see if I have the other ones. So what I had to do is we had to go and get new filters, right? So they had the filters. The customer had the filters. And this is not going as planned, but that's all right. So we'll just go back to this one. So I'm going to fast forward to this. So this is the control box on the side. These control boxes, you can move them from either side. Oh, good question. Aloha is asking, how long do the filters last? Now, if you look in the back and look at that picture, there were 3 sets of filters. There's a filter for this ice machine on the left that you're looking at right now. There's a filter for this machine that's currently running. See, there's a bunch of filters in the back. Only that one filter was blocked. You cannot go off of how long. You cannot go off of that kind of stuff. You will have problems every single time with that. Every single time. You will see that the pressure gauge, I have one. You'll see that the pressure gauge is constantly changing. You know what? I have enough time. Let me do my 50-yard dash. Check out the video. Keep putting your questions in there. I'll just sum this up. So you're going to see that the pressure gauge is going to give you the temperature. I mean, not temperature, I'm sorry. It's going to give you the pressure. It's going to tell you how much water is flowing through there. And you're going to notice that the needle is steadily going to dip. The needle is steadily going to go down. Based on that,
There we go. Okay. There we
that's
go.
when you want to change your filter.
That's a problem.
The saying goes, when it's red, it's dead. When it's red, it's dead. That means you have to change the filter. The customers do not want to change the filters because they are extremely expensive. Let me go and show you guys how much this filter is. And now I'm back with show and tell.
Around that rod, and now it's not doing its job anymore. Its job is to
Okay. And then I can explain some of the stuff that's going on in the video. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Here is the water pressure gauge. So when it's red, like it is right now, that means there's not enough water pressure going through 0 psi. All right. So typically you want to see it up 35 or higher on this gauge. You want to see it, yeah. You want to see it up higher, 45 or so. But when it goes down to red, that means there's not enough water flowing. If you don't have water, you don't have ice. If you don't have water, you don't have ice. So I hadn't even planned on showing this, but this is number one in on Saturday show and tell. And for those of you who do not know, those of you who are watching for the first time, my name is Mike Reed. I am a commercial appliance technician with experience on the residential side and the commercial. And I'm trying to do my best to teach people about the commercial side of the business. My videos are geared more towards people that are trying to make a transition over to commercial appliances, explaining the business, what's all involved, what the equipment is, how the equipment behaves, how it malfunctions, how you can profit from it, how you gain business. And today is August 26, 2023 of this live stream, this Q&A on Ice-O-Matic. I was a little exhausted. I went out, took care of that, and the day is extremely hot. So it's like 106. I'm done for the day. I was supposed to go and do a Starbucks later on today. I don't have it in me. They're gonna have to wait till tomorrow on that. So ice machines, I'll just do this. Ice machines are supposed to have a water filter system. Here is, do this so we have a background. Here's your water system setup, pre-filter, and then you're gonna have a filter. You're gonna have a filter that goes in through here. Never mind. Anyway, so there's water filter. That water is going to go to an inlet valve, such as this. That inlet valve then fills up the reservoir. When that ice is ready to harvest, you're going to have an ice assist, such as this. And as we're going to talk about this in the video today, that was what was in this current video that you saw that I was complaining about. This rod right here that was sticking through. These have a habit of running into environmental issues. And Aloha, you're going to experience this same thing because you have high humidity like I do. So this is an ice assist, and this motor is going to turn, and then using this mechanism, it's going to push this rod through the hole that you see right here on the screen. That is this. This is mounted. This is mounted on the back. This is mounted on the back side. It's plugged. It's got a Molex plug. It's not difficult to change. There are a few screws. Wonderful. Now I'm doing magic. There's a few screws in the back that secure it to the back of the plate, right behind what we call the chill plate. Oh, thank you. So now, once that ice is made, when it goes time to harvest, you're going to have the what are they? The lower curtain, right? A lower curtain. Let me see if I can stand up and do this for you. This is a lower curtain. This is attached to the bottom because it's white. It's not showing. This is attached to the bottom of the chill plate. Okay, good. It shows down at the bottom somewhat. Let me make this larger. See if this helps. Nope. Me. Sorry. Going the wrong direction. This guy right here. Wonderful. So you have a tab on each end that allows this to, there we go. It allows this to fit into the body. These two, this is flexible. Oh, let's see. Can you all see me flexing this thing? Let me see if I can take this off the screen. And I want to thank all the contributors to the show. Um, you guys make this possible. You will not break it. I am twisting, turning. You will not break it. It doesn't flex inward that well, but it twists. So all of these pieces are made to flex. This is going to hinge on the sides like so. You guys are just gonna hold on 1 second. You guys are just gonna have to see my blinds. You guys are going to have to see my blinds. None. Bam. There you are. Here we go. So let me go here. All right, show and tell. Let me go back to this. This is the ice assist, the pusher. This is the ice assist. This is the plug. This is the intake valve, fill valve. Looks very familiar to you. I know. Looks very familiar. And that's because it is made by, I don't know, usually. Right? Very similar suppliers. Here's the water. Here's the water fill. So your pre-filter cartridge will go here, and then another canister goes here. The water flows through from this direction, comes here, and then out through here to the actual ice machine. This is just for getting rid of particulates out of a brand new filter. So, all right. So that part of show and tell is over. When the ice is made, right, it's going to move this flapper. This flapper, let's see here. This flapper is designed to channel the water back inside the machine, and it also has a magnet embedded in it. There's a magnet in here, and so this lets them when it goes in this direction and goes away and then returns back to the body. It tells the machine that it's done making ice. This is optional. This is the on and off switch. This is the power switch. This is the power switch. And you see it has a plug. Now you've seen all the components. We're going to get into the video. So now you have a better idea of what you're looking at. Let me put on my virtual background and we'll get back into it. Okay.
Gently push the ice off the back plate because the unit doesn't quite make enough heat.
I'm
It
not
doesn't
using a
have
mic or
to
anything like that. So this
fully
is, you got a lot of
melt
background noise.
the back
You see at the
melt
top, that's the
the back
water
plate.
distribution tube. So it pumps the water
So
from the tray at the bottom. It
that little
comes
guy
up
there
around the
is
side to the
it
top at the
only
very
exists to
center.
help get the ice plate.
And the ice assist that I'm talking about, this is the item that I'm talking about. That's what's back there.
There he is, right? That's
This
what
is
it
that
is,
item.
right? That's what it
This is
is.
that item right here.
Now they had a thing where they wanted us to move it.
So now you have a good idea of what's going on. And by the way, this unit was under warranty. The water filter issue was not. So I charged them for that. But Ice-O-Matic is going to pay for everything. They're going to pay for everything else. So on Monday, I'm going to take this thing in. So let me go to the next one. I've actually lost track of which one this is. Let's do this. Let's go to the box.
And then the quick yellow flashes. So that is actually a code.
Okay.
I might even
What I'm explaining now is I have.
let's see if we can get this guy to reset.
I'm trying to reset it. Oh yeah, I have it in my hand. Damn, I have it in my hand. This is what I'm. This is what I'm trying to reset. Let me come back. This is what I'm trying to reset right
Now
here.
I know why we're getting
Upside down. There it is. And it was giving me trouble. It was giving me so much trouble. This is optional. This is you can detach this and still operate the machine.
There it is. It's retracting.
This guy, it was moving extremely slowly. And as you can see on the one I have, I can also zoom in on it. It has a ton of calcium. And this isn't from that unit. This is from one that was in a boat storage. And they were making ice in the shed last summer. And they had it stored with all kind of chemicals and everything else, which is why I say I don't like golf courses, because they do the same thing. So there I am with it. I am an Ice-O-Matic authorized technician. I do, as you just saw, I do carry parts. You know, this is brand new. The switch I had was brand new. So in order to find out, yes, that's what you're going to see right now. That is what's in the video. There are buttons on the side of the board, and I do not have a board. I was gonna. They want the old parts, so I can't. I've never had one that I can show you. I don't have an old board that I can show you because I've never had one that failed outside of warranty. But the buttons are on the side. Okay, good. That video is over with. Let me show you this. I think I have this other one that's the same. More of the same thing. More of the same thing. So I spent about a good 15 minutes on this, which is for me, which was about 10 minutes longer than what I should have. The reason why I spent 15 minutes trying to figure this out is because they didn't have water. So like Chris, HVACR Chris videos, he says, you know, the big picture diagnosis, and NorCal Dave would say, he's like, man, you got a multiple offender. So this was a multiple offender, and it made it a little. It made it more involved to figure out just what the hell was going on, because these units will kind of get hung up. The logic in the board will cause the units to kind of like keep cycling the same crazy things. So that's how it looks. There's a cover over it. You take one screw out. Once you take that screw out, then you have an exact copy. You have an exact copy.
So there is a guide that I have.
You have an exact copy of this.
Rule book that will tell
And what I'm mumbling about right now is a
what the flashes mean.
What I'm mumbling about right now is, you know what? Forget it. You guys are just gonna have to see my blinds.
Operate this unit.
You guys are just gonna have to see my blinds here.
Let's see if we can get this thing clean.
What I'm talking about is this.
It does take
What
some
I'm
time.
mumbling
Gotta
about
operate because
is this.
the pusher is working. You just
I
have to
had
push
I had
it.
come to the realization that the pusher is going in and out of the chill plate. The pusher will not stop the machine from running. This will not stop the machine from running. All right. So what are we saying? Are the hands the cleaning? Yes. Yes, the hands are the cleaning, but it's more than just that.
See, it's unplugged.
It is more than just the cleaning option. But yes, you are right. The hands are the cleaning. And I'm gonna jump into that because we have a guy here. So I was trying to determine what the problem is before I started to narrow it down to the buttons, which are detachable. There you see on the side, you see the ribbon. That ribbon,
There we go.
you can detach it right there. You don't have to go all the way into the machine. You don't have to take off the wall to detach the ribbon. You can see it there on the side. There it is right there. So you can detach it. What I was trying to do at this moment is that because the button was malfunctioning, it was stuck in the off position. So after it would make a batch of ice, the machine would turn itself off. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? I thought it might have been stuck in like clean or something like that, but it wouldn't fully go into clean.
That is actually a code.
Yeah, it's given a code.
I have my book with me.
I did not have it with. I have a number of these, by the way. I have a number of these. I always carry them with me. This is the exact same one, in case you're wondering. In case I ever bring somebody along with me or get an assistant, I have one. I'll probably have to do a giveaway on this. I have one for the old style and one for the new. And there it is. That is going through harvest mode. So I'm like, what the hell's going on? You can detach the power. Let's go back here. You can detach the power right from the board. You do not have to. There it is right there. You do not have to go searching for the breakers. You do not have to go and unplug it. You can unplug the board right there from power. Right there, you're insulated against shock. It's all plastic. The wires are coated. But still, you do want to be careful because it is live. So to reset the board, I unplugged it and plugged it in. But what I did not do, I did not unplug the keypad. I did not unplug the keypad. So
sometimes this unit
it was still stuck in the opposite, and you can't tell. It's just a keypad. It is just a soft keypad. Just like if you've ever worked on a microwave, see, it's just a keypad. So if you want to find out what's wrong with the damn thing, unplug it. Unplug it. And that's why, because it makes no sense for me to go back 2-3 times. It makes no sense for me to go back 2-3 times to a freaking customer when I know that there are certain issues that come up. And sometimes they come up due to customer abuse. The customer might have reached in there. The customer is pushing too hard. They damaged the button. All of those things happen.
Now I know why we're getting.
So what I just decided to do is just carry them. And what we're gonna do is, let me fast forward this. Holding down both buttons will reset it.
Getting all of this cleared out of the system.
Yeah, I was trying to get it cleared, and that just didn't work. So wait, let's go here to the last video. Gonna pop this on the screen. So this is the one I'm holding in my hand right now. Because at this point in time, I'm getting it to make batches of ice. We're getting ice but the damn thing is shutting off after each and every one. This is just a light adhesive. It's just a light adhesive that holds that on there. It's still kind of difficult to get the damn thing off. So I use a little razor, dig it in behind there at the top, and then the whole thing it'll just slowly pop off.
Now,
But a little thing like this, called the drama.
don't press anything.
Little thing like that.
There we go. Oops, sorry.
So while you guys are in, feel free put down anything that comes to mind in the chat. Now is the best time. There I am showing how that thing unplugs right there in the front. Right there in the front. So to service an Ice-O-Matic Elevation Series, you do not need to go and find the plug and unplug it to kill power to it. You do not need to do a lot of different things to it to gain access. The control board that you see me dealing with at the top, you can actually move it to either side. It can be on the left side or the right side of the unit. There's enough wire, and they did that from the design. Every single one of these, let's see if I can get a bigger window here. Every single one of these has a trouble guide. Here is a sliding rule. This is very old school. Most of my viewers are in their 40s and 50s. So we all are very familiar with this one. So you just match up what the blinking lights are doing. And those blinking lights, no, I'm going the wrong way, sorry. And those blinking lights, when you match it up with here, they tell you what's what. So, oh yeah, you're gonna outwork our machine. Let me see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I'll just show you guys. So they have a number of things here. Indications of lights. So the solid blue tells you what the solid blue is. It tells you all those things. So I was getting blue. Well, I was getting red and a flashing orange. Oh, you know what? It was extremely difficult for the light to show up. It showed up on my phone as I was viewing it, but it didn't show up on the video. It's not a. Well, hold on. Let me go to video 1. Let's go to video 1 and let's see if we can. Let's see if we can find it. It was the flashing lights. Let's see here. The flashing lights are. Here we go. See it, but the angle I took this at, it was extremely. You can't see it. You just can't see it. But it's not important. It's not important. This guide is telling you what all the, and you can see at the top, it's telling you a solid blue, but we weren't getting solid blue. What we were getting is red. We were getting red with a yellow. And let me do this. Can't. I'm kind of uncoordinated. Red, yellow, quick. Okay. We were getting red. All right. You see the black? Let's go here. See that? We were getting red, yellow, quick. Exactly. It says fill. It says fill failure. It says fill failure. And we had the fill failure because their water filter was completely blocked. Oh God, my daughter's singing. If you guys want to see, so we had 2 problems. We had fill failure because it had no water. This gauge here was in the red. And they ignored the fact that it was in the red because the 2 other gauges that they had were showing positive water flow, which is why the employees should not have ultimate say over this kind of thing. We're going to show you this. Let me show you. We'll go through a couple of things real quick. Ask your questions. Ask your questions below. So these ice machines, this is a much larger, well, actually not that much larger. So $10,000, 4,000, that's a 530 pounder, 430 pounder, 300, 500, 300. Yeah, more like, there we go. 1,300 elevation half cube air cooled. That doesn't seem quite right. And this kind of goes in line with what I was showing you guys on the video today with the TXVs. Yeah. So a similar machine is around 10 grand. Now, let me show you the filters. Let me see here. Well, it was an Everpure. Oh yeah, you can't see that. Sorry about that. You can't see that. Yes, 10 grand. Ah, we're on the same page. We're on the same page. Let me show you. Filters are big business. The filter company bought Manitowoc. That's how much. Yes, I-2000. The filter companies bought Manitowoc. They make more money than the ice machine companies. And to put this in perspective, the ice machine companies are king. The ice machine companies are the ones who buy the other products. Hoshizaki bought Jackson dishwashers. Hoshizaki bought Lancer that does the distribution. I mean that does the beer and all that kind of stuff, the drinks. The ice machine companies buy all that stuff, but the filter companies make more money than the ice machine companies. You have to have these. It's a renew. It's a disposable, right? So you have to have these, and the prices are all over the place. Look at this. This is what the holder. This holder was. So Hugh, this. Hold on 1 second. This was put together wrong from the factory. When I got it, it was leaking, and the distance and everything was wrong. I learned a lot about these filter holders when I tried to stop the leak. I learned an awful lot about these when I tried to stop this leak. It was the distance between here and there. It would leak, and so as I tried to shorten that distance and stop the leak, this would no longer sit on the body. And because it would no longer sit on the body, it wouldn't hold the filter right, and it would leak, and it was a disaster. So the dealer gave me another one, and now I have this as a teaching piece. I have that one as a teaching piece. So yes, the filters are expensive. The filters are 100% necessary. 600 and $20. And do they have to change them every 3 months? Yeah, here in Houston, yeah. I was just at a firehouse sub the other day, and I got them as a client because their filters went bad in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. They had to buy new filters in as little as 2 weeks. These filters are here to protect the machine. So I equate it to, hey, it's like used toilet paper. You're not going to reuse the toilet paper. Once it's gotten matter on it, it's done. It's done, shun. It's done. So here it is. Oh, you can't see it. Here it is right here. 105 for this I-2000. And if you we'll just go back since we're already here right now. As you can see in this video, there are a number of filters across the back wall. Now I got it. There are a number of, oh, that one's dead. That's the dead video. Here we go.
Well,
There are a number of filters. See that? So that's even larger than the one you saw. There's two and then one pre-filter. So this is the pre-filter. This is the pre-filter
with no
right here. And then it had two cartridges. So it's a very important thing. So like I said, going back to the original thing, I didn't need this to tell me what those flashing lights were, right? I've been dealing with this Elevation series since the prototype, since 2018. I went to the very first training classes that they had on the unit before they even released it to the public. So I already had a good idea of what the hell those flashing lights were trying to tell me. But oddly enough, there and yeah, oddly enough, there is no, yeah, there's nothing here. The logic board is not set up to tell you when this fails, when this is triggering the machine to shut off. And I've had about four. I've had about four machines that have done that, where they'll work, and then as soon as they make ice, they'll shut off. And it's like, what the hell? I wish I had queued up, but I have a video of I put in a Starbucks machine. I put in an elevation machine back in 2018 at a Starbucks, and I was working next door to go take care of some other Ice-O-Matic units, and I looked on the ground and I saw my unit. Now, I'm not contracted to service the units at the mainline Starbucks. I do outliers. So when I saw it on the ground, I'm like, what the hell's going on with my machine? I mean, I literally put this machine in there. I put just what you see on this video. Matter of fact, it's just like this. I put the machine on the bin. These black lines that you see in the back, that's the line set. That's a refrigerant that goes to the roof. I put the line set, attach the line set in the back of the units up on the roof. Of course, the electrician connects the power. And I saw my machine on the ground. I know the machine was like 5 years old. So what the hell's going on? The guy told me that the problem with the ice machine was that the ice was too thick. Not that the ice machine wasn't making ice, not that it was shutting off prematurely, none of that, that it was making ice too thick. Between you and me, what makes an Ice-O-Matic make ice too thick is the floats. The floats will get stuck in a midway position and you'll have runaway ice. So instead of the floats going to its final position to trigger a harvest, it kind of hangs there in a midway and it just keeps running until it runs out of water. Once it runs out of water, then it triggers a harvest. But they chose to replace my unit that I put in with my own two hands and ran the line set across the freaking top of the inside of the building underneath the ceiling, above the ceiling tiles. So all that stays, the line set and the unit on the roof. But they replaced my unit with another one. And now what Starbucks is going to do, this is unofficial, but what they're going to do is they're actually going to replace all these units. So all these units that I put in for the last several years, they're going to replace those with Ice-O-Matic nuggets. So now they're going to be nugget machines. Now they're going to be nugget machines. So aloha, you will run into Ice-O-Matic. I know I never really talk about it, but if you watch my content, you'll see that that's what I work on. I am an Ice-O-Matic guy. I run around with all the parts, all the components. Um, I have some ice. I mean, I have some Scotsman stuff, but I really have Ice-O-Matic. I'm Ice-O-Matic through and through. I'd say if I could, I would marry an Ice-O-Matic unit. If it was legal, I'd divorce my wife and marry Ice-O-Matic. My life would be a whole lot simpler. It's a lot easier to figure out than to try to figure out a wife. So these can be available from your local distributor. Let's see what's down here. Yeah, it'd be a whole lot easier. Because I can understand these machines. If you ever talk to Ice-O-Matic on the phone, you ever get tech support on the line, say, hey man, I talked to that guy that loves these Ice-O-Matic machines. Oh, you mean Mike Reed? Yeah, that guy. They swear I am the only guy in the country that likes these damn machines. And I don't just like them, I love them. I love them. I love these damn machines. So here you go. Any flashing lights you have. So this covers every problem except for the damn keypad, which is why I decided to come on today, because the machine will run without the keypad. The machine will run. Right about now, you're going to start running into these units that are out of warranty. If you sign up to become an Ice-O-Matic servicer, you can sell them. If you just get an account with your Ice-O-Matic distributor in your market, you can sell them. So let me show you these. Let's go into it. Let's go. And I kind of got an issue with Ice-O-Matic because they just updated their thing and they put down the wrong address. So don't let this scare you. All right, let's see here. Hey, what do we have out here? What do we have out here? So here you go, Aloha. So are you on Honolulu? Which island? Which island are you on? Because I know I think you've mentioned it once or twice before. Let's see here. Oh, let's see. Can you guys see? Oh, you guys can't see. My bad. My bad. Let's go into this. Let me add a screen. You are on Honolulu. You guys couldn't see none of this. I do apologize. You couldn't see that. So you are on Honolulu. So when you know it, that you're on the island with the most service providers. But that does not matter. That does not matter. Because now you know me. So here are the other guys on Honolulu. This is what, okay. Now, let me hip you to something. My apps, what's up? Let me hip you to something real quick. So when you all see service providers in your area and things like that, it might seem a little intimidating. I'll go to class and there'll be over 200 service providers in class. What you need to understand is some service providers only take care of a particular customer. And I want to bring that up because looking at this island, right, you could see these resorts right here. So if you have a company like this one, like Hawaii Refrigeration Specialists, and they are in a service agreement with a few resorts, they don't have time for anyone else. Keep that in mind. They don't have time. They're busy taking care of ice machines at the bar, 3, 4 ice machines in one kitchen, another ice machine in the lobby, uh, several ice machines here, there, ice machines by the pool. They are busy with all of that. Yes, there is more than enough business. So you do not need to be intimidated by that. Then you have other service providers. They're just busy with Starbucks, right? They're just completely swamped taking care of all the Starbucks in their market. They don't have time for anything else. Then you have places where maybe they might have a contract with hospitals. So now they're tied up with all those. They don't have time for all these other ones. The gas stations are extremely big with Ice-O-Matic. You have a you have a 50-50 chance of running into an Ice-O-Matic at a gas station. 50-50 chance. So they're big with gas stations. They're big with all this other stuff. Oh, let me go back to see that. All right, my app says, hey, I was wondering after the XLT training video, are there other oven company trainings, right? Which also have a broad range. Lincoln training is once every 3 years. And we're like another year away. We're about another year away from another Lincoln training. The best place for oven training is going to be Safesa. They have the training where it's like 4 different manufacturers show up to Safesa, and then they teach you on all of those different brands. So I've been to Lincoln training after COVID. Turbo Chef doesn't really do theirs. They haven't had an in person for the general public since COVID. So everything has been really dicey, which is why you don't see me do much on the hot side, due to the fact that training has been extremely limited on that. So here you are in California, Cal Coast, Loomis, all this kind of stuff. So California's pretty open considering how many Starbucks there are out there. So you just have a number of people. And there's another thing that no one is talking about. There's a huge divide on Isomatic. There's the old Isomatic, which was mechanical, and there's the new Isomatic, which is digital. Most I'm gonna go out on a limb and say most of the old timers are not messing with the new ones. No one's messing with the new ones. You're right. If I don't know, seriously though, if I don't know, I don't know who in the world does. Something to keep in perspective is when you work for a company, the company sets up the training classes. When you work for a company, based on what your clientele operates, is what you're going to get training on. So there's no need on linking and XLT because of economy of scale. That doesn't make any sense. You're not going to train your staff on 2 completely separate pieces of equipment. You're not going to teach them on Middleby Marshall and then XLT. You're not going to train them on Middleby Marshall and Turbo Chef. They're only going to train them on one thing. The temperature settings are going to be different for the exact same product, which is why when you see, to bring it on back, when you see ice, say, man, every place has the same. Well, when you go to blend up a frozen drink, if you have flaked ice, if you blend it too long, it's going to turn into slush. If you blend too large of a cube, you're going to end up, Bianca, what's happening? If you blend up too big of ice cubes, you're going to end up with these huge, uncomfortable chunks of ice. Then you have half dice and then whole dice. Aloha, no problem. Glad you came by. I hope you get to see one relatively soon. Do not be a stranger to Isomatic. Give them a phone call if you ever run across one. Don't hesitate to call tech support after you've taken a look at one. Not a problem. And if you need one of these, let me know. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you being here. So, recipes with companies with food providers is determined by what equipment they have. These equipment manufacturers, they'll fly these food operators out and they'll say, "Hey, look, try your equipment." Sometimes they'll truck in equipment and they'll give them a test kitchen. Hey, try your stuff out, see how your food turns out using our product. See the difference that our product is going to do with your food product. And that is how this stuff is done. That is how this is done. So it's not about who's best, who's more efficient, blah, blah, blah. It all boils down to if the customer is using a Vitamix and they're blending for so many seconds, will they have the right consistency that they're looking for from that ice? And with Starbucks case, it is Ice-O-Matic. I don't know what the hell is going on now that they're going to go to Cube. I mean, now that they're going to go to chewable ice, that is going to be a whole different setting as far as blending. It's going to be completely different. And then now for the employees to try to clean these ice machines, that's going to be completely different as well. It's going to, in my opinion, is going to be a lot of growing pains. It's going to be a lot of growing pains. So that's what I wanted to show you all really quickly because I ran out today and I thought, you know what, this is a really good one. I'm not really that great with stitching together. Derek, what's happening? Thank you for your donations. I'm not really that good with blending these things together and stitching them. The iPods are not that great as far as out in the field and all the background noise. It doesn't really produce a good audio quality. So that I'm gonna have to get a Roadcaster mic, the little small square one with the little fuzzy top. I'm gonna have to get one of those. And it's a whole thing. But right now I'm kind of just focused on fixing things and getting you guys the information that you need to get this stuff get this stuff going. So here is let me show you here. Browse all products. And once again, as you're coming in, please let me know your experience with ice machines. If you're familiar with large ones, if you're familiar with small ones, this is another thing to talk about too. Ice-O-Matic uses a special coating. Oh, let me make this bigger. They use a special coating, so you have to use a nickel safe cleaner. If you could see in the video, let's go back to one of the videos. If you can see in the video here, let me see this one.
There it is.
That coating right there, that is a special protective coating that will come off. If you use bleach, the old school guys used to use bleach. What the factory has found out is that the bleach will wash away the protective coating. So now you can no longer use bleach. I've actually had the unfortunate situation where I went to a nightclub. I hate nightclubs. I went to a nightclub and the guy that they had, whatever homeless guy that they had that knew something about refrigeration, he came in there and he must have put a gallon of bleach in that machine and put it on wash because it was completely gray. There was no gold left. It was the whole surface was completely gone. And they thought they were going to get warranty service. Now I avoided their warranty. I avoided their warranty on that sucker. That was not happening. Not happening. So back to this. If you go to, oh, you know what? Let me show you guys. Let me go to Ice-O-Matic. Let me put this in the chat. And feel free. You can ask a question. This is a show and tell moment. I don't know why I've been doing show and tells on Saturday. Sunday was supposed to be show and tell. So I guess Sunday I'm gonna have to do a recap on training information, industry news, that type of thing. But this is also a session as I blab on about ice. Go ahead and ask your questions. Doesn't matter if it's about ovens, doesn't matter if it's about dishwashers, doesn't matter if it's about chemicals, doesn't matter if it's about the video that I did earlier today, which actually ties in with this. Which actually, here's all the different types: half cube, full cube, grande cube, gourmet, gourmet grande, pearl ice, and flaked ice. So what you saw in the video that I had earlier today, the machine I have is flaked ice, the one all the way on the end. Flaked ice, if you put it in a blender, it's going to turn into water. If you do it too long, it's literally 2-3 pulses and it's done. Pearl ice is a lot better. That's what you get in the hospital. That's what you chew on. Flaked ice is what they put organs on, like for life flight and all that kind of stuff. That's what they put meat on. It's what they put fish, all that kind of stuff. Then the gourmet ice is more for your hard liquor. The half cube and the full cube is what you find in the, like I said, Starbucks, McDonald's, that type of thing. Don't be shy. Put your questions down in the chat. Let your questions be known. So, dicofal? Am I saying that right? Is it dicofal? What's happening, dicofal? Thank you for your question. If a restaurant gets a potato water boiling alert, what product can you use to disinfect the ice machine? If bleach is not possible. Now, bleach is possible. You wipe down the surfaces of the machine. You do not, I repeat, you do not wipe down this. You do not put that bleach in the machine and put it on clean. I don't care if it's a Manitowoc. I don't care. Oh, good. I don't care if it's a Manitowoc. I don't care if it's a Scotsman. I don't care if it is a Ice-O-Matic. You do not put bleach in the machine. They have found out that that will kill your coating surface. That is what's been. They are not coating these chill plates the same way that they were doing previously. The bleach will strip off the surface. So all the plastic and everything, that you could put that on the towel, you can put that on the sprayer, and you can wipe down the plastic. You can wipe down all the sides and everything. All of that you could do. Duh, I got this stuff in my hands. All right. This and everything like it. This is plastic. You could wipe this down with the bleach. You wipe this down with bleach. I use something a lot stronger, but yeah, sure, you can use bleach. All right. So another question from my apps. You went to Manitowoc training. They said to use nickel safe only. Yes, sir. Everybody's saying to use nickel safe because they've learned that that is what's happening. They learned that, these machines are not lasting anymore. So here's what happens. If you use nickel safe, you're not going to notice anything. Not unless you did like that, whatever homeless guy came in there and put a gallon of nickel safe in the machine. You're not going to notice anything. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe it's on the products. Maybe it's on the products. There it is. So here's the nickel safe. Now, oh, you guys can't see it. Damn it. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. 1 second. I got it all queued up. My bad. Now, what's getting me giddy like a little schoolgirl is when I go rolloping and skipping through the ISSA show because it's full of nickel safe. It's full of people who manufacture nickel safe. Nickel safe for coffee machines, nickel safe for ice machines, nickel safe for boilers, all that good stuff. So nickel safe is, oh man, let me go back. It is citric phosphorus. is phosphoric acid. Mm, phosphoric acid. So it is lemon juice. All right. It is lemon juice. It will, just like those poke restaurants, they use lemon juice to kill the bacteria. Lemon juice, the citric acid in the right concentration, it will kill like listeria, it will kill H1N1, it will kill HIV, it will kill uh, everything out there. So that is what you use when you have a boil notice. Oh, that was a potato. Damn it, that's potable. I'm sorry, man. I was in this back room of that restaurant. It was like 100 degrees. It was 100 degrees in that damn kitchen. Yes, if a restaurant gets a potable water boiling alert, what products can you use to disinfect the ice machine if bleach is not possible? So to wipe down the bin, you can use bleach. And actually to make, let me tell you something that's going to save you a lot of money. Only you see why it's in such a small, damn it. You see why it's such a small container, right? You do not need to wash down the entire ice machine with this chemical. You don't. You can just use this in the machine on the wash cycle to go over the plate. You're going to take a very small brush and clean each individual cell so that the ice does not stick. All right, let me see here. Yes, that's what he said. And all right, do I? Yes. Have I ever installed a UV disinfection unit on? It's not on the water inlet before it enters the machine. No, no. It's. Let me show you one, and it is for. I have, and it's a pain in the ass. Oh, UV light. I have. It was a pain in the ass to do. It was a pain. Here's the kit. It was a pain in the ass. Now, does it work? Yeah, it works. It works. I didn't do a video of this. It was in the. Oh shoot, you guys can't see it. One second. I was in a construction site, and I didn't have my helmet with me, and I'm working, and everybody's yelling about OSHA's on site and all this other stuff. Watch out for OSHA. So I didn't get a chance to do any videos on that. But yeah, this UV, and this is one of the cheaper ones, 358. This doesn't UV the water coming in, right? So what ultraviolet light does is it rips apart the bacteria molecules, rendering the water safe, right? And it will kill the mold and bacteria and all that other good stuff. Fun fact is that the people that need to have these things never buy them. I have a brewery. This guy's got the whole, $20 million worth of kettles that, go up to the freaking ceiling. And he's got an ice machine right outside the brew area. And I stressed to them that they needed to have this. And the guy just looked at me and laughed. Oh no, I spend, millions of dollars on this and that and air filtration and blah, blah, blah. Well, I went back over there 2 weeks after I installed it and I started to see pink slime in there, but whatever. So when the health department goes over there and hits him upside the head, then he'll call me to come on out. So this gets wired into the actual machine. The power source is the same power source for the machine. Not only is this, like I said, the Luminice growth inhibitor. The Luminice actually, there's actually a kit that will siphon out ice machine cleaning solution. It will clean itself. Manitowoc is the only one on the market that has its own cleaning option. And so it actually will stop and it will run the cleaning solution into the machine. Oh, sorry. It will run the cleaning solution into the machine and flush and then start making ice after it flushes so many times to make sure that the solution is gone. Fun fact on that, the customer will never check the bottle. So it will work as long as there's a bottle of nickel safe ice machine cleaner in there, but it won't clean itself if there is no cleaner in the bottle. So that's always a fun time. So I got a place like that. They've been running without ice machine cleaner for the last 2 years, but they got the luminized. So, you know, who knows? Maybe they'll call me when it fails, but they already went bankrupt once already. So who knows? Who knows what the hell they're going to do? More questions. And as far as it comes with hot side training is very rare. You get hot side training from, and let me see if I can pull it up. I just had the damn thing up. I had it up this morning. Shoot. You get hot side training from Henny Penny. You get hot side. Oh, no, you don't get hot side training from Ultravire anymore. So let me see here. I'm trying to see who else you can get hot side training from. As it comes up, I give it to you. So this stuff is not really. You don't really get forewarning too much on it. So, Jacob, thank you for contributing. I'm working on one currently product produced ice all night, and then suddenly stops. It suddenly stops, flashing 5 times and 1 yellow. Manual says long drain or freeze. I guess you didn't see the video. Right. Watching the beginning. No. That's what I'm showing you in the video. So if you're getting like, let's see here. Do. All right. Now, Jacob says that we have, you know what? I'm going to do that here. And then because I have 2, I guess I'll just try to follow along here. So let's see if we can match it up. Producing all night and then suddenly stops, flashing red 5 times. So we go to the red section. All right, we go to the red section. Check that out. All right. Let's go to the red and flashing 5 times. 1 yellow. So I guess that would be no. Let's see what solid is. So red with the yellow. Bam, there it is. So excuse my dirty nails. I do work for a living. All right, work for my hands for a living. Red, solid with yellow. So, and don't worry about that. You can ask me a question anytime, anyway. It's all related. So that is saying clean cycle. That is saying clean cycle. That's this clean cycle, which is exactly what the hell I had, which is why I'm doing the video. That's exactly what this was doing. That is exactly what this is doing. So this was running and it's shutting off. It would have kept running and shutting off, but they ran out of water, which is probably why that filter ended up getting blocked up before all the others, which is probably why. So, Jacob, my suggestion to you is disconnect this. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we can you can try to get it from your distributor, and if your distributor does not have them, I'll have to get you one. I got a bunch of them, and this is for the old. You guys are gonna run into the old one. I got a bunch of these old ones. They're brand new. I got a bunch of brand new ones around here somewhere. So this is front and back on the Ice Elevation Series. Chances are yours is doing what mine is too. Your button is starting to go bad and is triggering for no, what the hell am I talking about? It's running and then it stops because it's triggering that it's done. It's stuck. That button is stuck. Chances are that button is stuck. Now let's check and see. Based on this, Like I said, it's not very good when it comes to that freaking keypad thing. So let's see here. Indication, light, flashing, description. Yep, no control from the front. Had to start from the board. Yes. Let me take this stuff off for you guys. No, wrong way. You had to do it from the board. Yes. And what took me 15 minutes, which I've been dealing with these for 5 years, so I was kicking myself in the butt. I didn't disconnect it. Disconnect it. Disconnect it and see if your flashing light stopped. Also, what I do is I unplug it from power right there at the board and do that. Yeah, that's what it's. Yes, you always have to clean them. I was there with my cleaner. I was ready to clean it. They had cleaned it. They just knew that they were, and they did a pretty good job. Okay, light flashing, power flashes blue. That's not you. That is not it. So that's not this one. We don't have any error codes. Now you said it was flashing 5 times, you say, and there's nothing there that says 5. Okay, we said red. Red is slow. Thermistor fit. I doubt you got that. Never had one. Maxed harvest. See, red quick flash. See, that error you were talking about, error number 1, there's no yellow in there. That's only red quick flash. Unit has experienced a Mac freeze. You didn't, there's no yellow. So that is not a max harvest. Down at the bottom, error number 3. Red and yellow quick flashes. Units that experience max fill. Right? So let me show you max fill. But typically your machine is not going to shut off. Let me correct myself. Let me correct myself. I am so sorry. Let me correct myself here. Oh, yours is missing. Yeah, they do that. Sawdust in the board. Yeah, quick flash. Right. It's real quick. It's just boom. Like if you're not even paying attention, you will miss the flash. So you're between two. This brings to mind another thing. This brings to mind another thing. This is your fill valve, right? What the error that you are describing. No, right. The okay. So the max fill purge, the drain thing you're thinking about is a Hoshizaki issue. Manitowoc sometimes has that bad. Ice-O-Matic does not. Ice-O-Matic does not have that problem. Here it is. When this, and I have like 5 of these. I got 5 of these. This is the bad one. I have 5 of these. The last live I did on location live that I did was the exact thing that you're talking about. The fill valve will get stuck in the open position. And it sounds like yours might even be stuck. It might not fully close. These are no longer rebuildable. Just so you guys know, all fill valves, I'll go down a limb, all fill valves used to be rebuildable. You had the ability to disassemble them, and you had the ability, let me prop this up. You had the ability to disassemble these fill valves, right? Once you disassembled them, you were able to clean them. Once you clean that diaphragm in there, you were able to put it all back together, right? So this coil comes off, it still comes off. You were able to replace the coils. You were able to detach this, right? This is a completely new design and it is not field serviceable. You used to be able to take this off, you'd be able to, pop this open, and then you would be able to get in there, replace it, the coil, the spring, and the diaphragm. Though that day is gone. You can't even take the damn filter out. You can't even take it out. Right? I mean, you got to take the screws out, but now you got to do all that to get it out. I just did a Hoshizaki yesterday. Hell, you just pull the damn strainer out. But it's no longer rebuildable. It's no longer rebuildable. You can actually see. Can you see through there? through that plastic. And you can see the density through the plastic, right? Yeah. So you might have that issue. You said it's weird? No, but it wasn't running. No, 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 no. All right. It is not. Here's what Jacob is saying. He said it was weird. No, you're speaking to the Ice-O-Matic Elevation Series Whisperer. It is not weird. Let's go through this together. It is not weird. It is not weird. So you got these three culprits. If your button is getting stuck, it could turn the machine off. That's what I had today. If your fill valve is still leaking by, that is another one. This is a very simple way to check. After your unit fills, unlike the other machines, this one only fills once. So after it finishes filling, this is the position inside the machine. This is the position. The hose loops over. The hose loops over to the top, and it just fits over. There's no way to ratchet it down or anything. It's just a grip. You could detach that hose. Once you take that hose off, if there is water that's still coming out of this, and it is in the ice making cycle, this is bad. This should not give you water after it has satisfied, after the float is satisfied. This should not give you any water. There shouldn't be any water through here. So that's another. So one, got to check this. You can always detach this. This is only for the customer's use. This has nothing to do with the machine. It has nothing to do with the machine. So sump tray pretty much stayed full. Right. That is your indicator right there that it's still filling because it is a measured fill. It is a measured fill. So once it fills, it uses that water up. It uses all that water up and turns it into ice. Remember, it's got the turbidity sensor in the float. And once the floats move up and down, once the float is once all the water has been turned into ice, that secondary float tells the board, hey, I'm out of water. That if I'm out of water, then we must have ice here. This is leaking by. This is leaking by. Now, you have the other thing, which is in this video, but I'm 90% sure this is your problem. The other thing, which this is kind of annoying, you can see all the rust. This should be shiny stainless steel, right? But what happens is that you get calcium buildup on there. You used to get water spray on the back. This actual rust was not caused by water spray. This was caused by the caustic chemicals that were stored next to the ice machine, and it corroded the metal, which stopped it from being able to rotate. I managed to break it somewhat and get it to move. Now this motor is still good. This motor is still good. It still works, but this hinge is frozen. So if I were to replace this hinge, or even take the hinge off another one, this would still work. Took the damn cap off. This motor is good. It would still work. Motor spins freely. That would work. But what I'm droning on about, sorry about that. What I'm droning on about is that sometimes this will get stuck in the out position, which is what I was having with this unit too. So this is actually going to have to be replaced on the unit that you're watching right now. The unit I did the video where I changed this on, this also will get replaced on that very same unit. This is gonna need to be replaced. What ends up happening is the plunger gets stuck, sticking out. The ice forms around the plunger, does not fully release, and then it hangs. Then that ice is hanging. This flapper is supposed to open up. The magnet, the contact with the magnets break, and then the ice falls, and then the flapper goes back to the closed position like this. This is letting ice through. This, it's back. It's allowing the water to hit here and go back into the trough. When that sucker is open too long, when it's holding open too long, it will turn the machine off. Right? It will turn the machine off, and you might have that issue. But if your trough is relatively full and it's halfway through the cycle, or if it's relatively full and it's got a full slab of ice on it, this. And that's another reason why the techs at Starbucks replace my damn unit is a potential problem with the fill valve. They didn't know, so they just go, "Oh, stupid machine. These machines don't work. I hate these machines. These machines are garbage." And my baby is not garbage. My baby is wonderful. I love her, and she loves me. All right, it's called ah, galvanic corrosion. Comes from two different metals touching. The stronger attacks the weaker. All right. Galvanic corrosion. Well, thank you very much. I learned something new today. And thank you all for your interactions. I do appreciate that. So these actual pieces are not replaceable. This comes as one entire kit. And like I said, this is mounted to the back chill plate. This is in the back. It goes up like that. The damn screws. One screw is easy to get to. The other screw is a pain in the ass. Of course, it's the one further away from you. You got it. No, it's the one at the top. You got one at the top up here. You see that little bastard? You got that little guy up there. And then this one is easy to get to. And then you got the screws have you can loosen them up and then slide them out. But I mean, you're basically looking at everything except for the TXV. And I gave you a video on TXVs from the best in the business right now. So Craig, I'm not even going to butcher his last name because I do that quite often. So Craig has a very good breakdown on TXVs. Those TXVs are on this ice machine. They're on every ice machine. So that's just how that works. Well, they're on every larger machine. All right, I've been on for about an hour and 30 minutes. I went over all the other things. Thankfully, we got Jacob on here. Jacob, like I said, check this out. Take off that clear hose, and if there's water still coming out of there after the unit is freezing, this is your problem. At my place, they're on back order. Hopefully yours is not. Let me show you one. Now, I'm going to tell you this. This is unofficial. I'm not speaking on behalf on Ice-O-Matic or any of that other stuff. If the part is on back order, you're going to have to use another fill valve if the part is on back order. Tell you what, text put something in the chat, and then I'll give the full description. I might have to tell you where the live is, or I'll probably put a link to the live so that you can see it. And right now, what you guys see me do, I'm going through a list of. I'm not going through pictures of women. I'm actually going through pictures of a field valve. All right, I found them. So GTI is my Ice-O-Matic distributor. They were bought up by Empire. There I was at Ice-O-Matic. And I'm doing this to show you guys 1 second, because this was another one that's a backflow. You're California. Yeah, you contact your distributor. Contact the distributor. The manufacturer is not allowed to sell you the parts. The distributor is. So the manufacturer, as a matter of fact, they'll only, they can only send the parts. They can't charge you for it. if you buy your parts from Partstown, you won't be able to get it covered under warranty. You can only get your parts through the distributor. What part of? Matter of fact, we're on. I'm on that. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me go to. I hate Parstown. Parstown sucks, dude. Parstown is horrific. Parstown is just the worst. Did I ever mention that Parstown is horrible? Because Parstown is just the devil. You know what? Let me just do this. This is fill valve, and then I'm going to put in the. Let me put on my old man glasses. Hold on a second. Put on my old man glasses. 904 108-01. Yes, I have to have reading glasses because I am something that recently occurred over the last few years. All right. Yeah, if you buy the parts from parts, and like I said, these machines only been out since 2018. There's a good chance that your machine is under warranty. So norms in LA. Okay, I'll check into that real quick. Okay, you didn't know about all your commercial stuff. You lost the what? Oh no. No, no, no. Yeah. Now for you in California, you have a lot of other options. You got a lot of other options, man. You got Coast. You don't you guys never ordered from Coast? Because what's the name is the devil. These bastards are the devil. So here you are. It is they got 98. It is $106 for their fill valve. You will not get credited for this. They are not a master distributor for Ice-O-Matic. They are not. Marcone doesn't have this. Marcone can get you Ice-O-Matic residential. It can't get you Ice-O-Matic commercial. This is not the same. Not the same thing. All right, Coast is Craig. Oh, okay, okay. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear about that. I'm sorry to hear about that. Oh, you know what I'm thinking about? My bad. Not Coast. That damn it. Here. Hold on. Oh, hold on, no. California, commercial, door gaskets, commercial walk-in. NorCal Dave put me on this. NorCal Dave put me onto this company. Let's see here. It's three letters. It's three letters. It's eight. There it is. There we go. Is this them? RHS. How about RHS? Hook you up. Hook you. Let me see here. A licensed vendor. Licensed vendor for who? Licensed vendor for what? What licensed vendor? Licensed vendor? What do you licensed vendor on? Uh, who am I licensed vendor for? Who am I? Yeah, I got licensed vendor. Come on, man. Yes, I am an Ice-O-Matic dealer. I'm an Ice-O-Matic authorized servicer. I buy my stuff through, and all of you can be. All of you. There's no difference between me and you. There's no difference between me and you. Let me put them in the chat uh, for RHS. And NorCal Dave put me up on these guys. So here's the link to RHS parts. They have parts in They're in California. They sent me out a huge book many years ago. Check them out. Check them out. Check them out. Check them out. They have door gaskets. They have gaskets on top of gaskets on top of gaskets. And whenever you're quoting somebody, yeah, just give them a quote on a new machine, especially if the parts are not available or if they're super high. Just give it to them because you never know what the dollar cost average situation is. If they've had the unit long enough, they say, well, if we put X amount of more dollars in this, That's really wasteful when we could buy a new machine and be worry free for the next 5 years. Even though that's a pipe dream, but certain companies sell them that heron laced dream. All right, so there you go, RHS. Now, oh shoot. All right, so there's RHS. Showed you their stuff. Let me see here. Let me go to Copac. I forgot what you said. That was true. AHT. They got AHT parts. Let me see here. Let me see if they got Ice-O-Matic. Ice-O-Matic carries. I'm sorry, not Ice-O-Matic. I mean, they even got Cold-Tech parts. There's your door gaskets. Here's door, even for Cold-Tech. So you said that. Oh, let me go back over the chat real quick. So, yeah, no problem. Yes, yes, that's what I try to do on a Saturday, chop it up with you guys. My wife is out of town. I'm having fun. I'm working on the weekend, working evenings. So let me see here. Earlier, Jacob said who the distributor was. You said Norms in LA. Let's look them up. Norm's Isomatic. Let's see what we got. Let's see what you got. So I'm doing this for Jacob, but this can be done for each and every one of you. This can be done for each and every one of you. We could just look this stuff up, see who's your distributor. And I do believe I saw the name. There's Vought. I don't know if you guys you got a Vought dealer? I don't know if you guys heard me say yes. Okay, so this person is they're with that buying group. This dealer is with that buying group. This brand, all of these brands here are pretty much standard with the distributors. So this company is supplying to Starbucks, right? So Starbucks, that's true. They have the Isomatic. This is global, so they're also supplying Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robbins. So there's the 3M, there's the ice filter. This Koppenberg is the bins. I thought I had never seen a Koppenberg bin until the other day, and one of my customers had a Koppenberg bin. I was, oh damn, you guys can't see. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. And then I saw that the damn customer had a Koppenberg bin. Kelvinator does have a commercial line. They have been bought up by Electrolux. I actually have a Kelvinator freezer. I got a compressor. I'm gonna put a compressor on there. It has an evaporator leak. I'm gonna probably seal up the evaporator since it's mine. Here's Vought. Vought is industrial. Vought is not commercial. That is industrial. Would you like to know more? to to do that. So yes, this distributor is your distributor. You have to buy the parts from them if the unit is under warranty. You have to buy the parts from them. You can buy. See, there it is. They have the classes. They're doing the classes there. This is where you're gonna go in their warehouse. That's where I'm sending you to when they have the Isomatic classes in your area. That's where you're going to go. There it is right there in all its glory. There's the picture. And this goes for all of you. You want to go to the distributor closest to you. That's the one who's going to have classes. That's the one who you're going to buy the ice machines from. And then you're going to, in turn, sell them. Just like they said here. Because it's something I want to get into. You can lease the ice machines. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen is this. All right. So sorry to interrupt, but do I need to contact Norms to get the parts under coverage? Yes, you have to contact Norms. You have to give them the model and serial number of the unit. They're they might just charge you for the part until you bring back the old one, and then they will credit you the old one, refund your money or just give you a check with the part and the labor. Now they only pay the labor if you're trained, if you are authorized. Other than that, the customer is going to have to pay you for the labor. But they'll work that out. They'll tell you in advance. All right. Do you have the model serial number for that unit? You don't even need the model number. You just need the serial number. We could do this in real time. We could do this in real time right now. And never feel any kind of way about quote unquote interrupting me. That is just the way it is. Ice-O-Matic just changed their site about a week ago. And this is new. So I'm kind of upset about it because they jacked up my address. Warranty statements, warranty claim procedure, warranty allowances, just like I was telling you guys. So I have to do a little hunting to find that section. In the old site, it was a lot easier. So here it is. Here is everything you need to know. 4 hours to change an evaporator. So the unit you just saw me working on, they'll pay me 4 hours. If I'm charging the customer, I'm going to base this on, right, so I need the serial number now. Yeah, so that's a little 300 pounder. So it looks pretty much like what I had. All right. Let's see here. What else? What else? How do you become authorized? You just contact them. No, you're buying the part. All right. Everything is handled through the distributor. Just so you guys know, when you go through Manitowoc, everything is done through the distributor. That is why it is of the utmost importance that you sign up with your local distributor. Perfect. Thank you, Jacob. You sign up with your local distributor. You're going to buy the part from them, which is going to be exorbitantly high, right? It is not meant for you to buy parts for after the warranty, just during warranty. And if the part is unavailable, and of course, if it's some kind of emergency, the customer's going to pay. I never give out dollar amounts on that kind of stuff. That is my thing because I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. That is that varies. That varies from market to market. And because like I said, if you're in Chicago, you have added expenses as far as parking, as far as tolls, as far as gas prices. My prices here are much lower. My tolls are much lower. I don't have to take a single toll to get anywhere. But in Chicago, with traffic and all that stuff, you got to be pay tolls. I rarely have to pay parking unless I'm parking downtown. I don't need a helper to drive around because there's always parking available. The cost of living is much lower here than Chicago. That's the same thing with Miami. It's the same thing with New York. My costs are much lower than Chicago, New York, and Miami, but the income is still the same. So we get more bang for our buck. But anyway, you could use this as your guide. 4 hours. 4 hours to change the evaporator. So whether you're billing the manufacturer or whether you're billing the customer, this is what they say it should take. So when you're doing your quote for the customer, you say, okay, well, um, 4 hours to change the evaporator, then another, then you got your time for evacuation, you have your time for setup, you have all that. All that you get to write on out, all that you get to write on out. Than any additional things. So here it is. Pinch off tool, you bastards. Pump down solenoid, 3 hours. High pressure control, 2 hours. Blah blah blah. Now, what I told you guys I like to do, which I don't care what anybody thinks of me for doing it. When it comes to the fan cycle switch, the high pressure switch, I will do this one time and one time only. I will go in there. I will evacuate the system. I will recover all the refrigerant. I will cut out the high pressure switch. Then I will insert that slide push to fit connection. Then push on the pressure switch. So now, whenever I need to change one out, all I have to do is evacuate the system, slide out the damaged pressure switch, and slide in the new one. I do that. That is what I do. It's a small, it's relatively small amount. So that is what I do. Here you go. Here you go. Let me copy this. I found it. So Jacob, this is for you. Okay, I'll explain the pressure switch. All right. C3 Impala. I ain't falling for that trick bag, bro. What ballpark? No, sir. No, sir. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for you, and I'm gonna do it for everybody else. I'm bring the camera. Bring the camera. Come on in closer. Come on in closer to me now. What's that guy do on YouTube? He go, come closer, come closer. Anything I do, anything I say is in regards to numbers. I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. And Jacob, I'm gonna get to you in a second. If I tell you I normally charge A, and then you go out and you try to charge A, and the customer says you're too high, go away, or that's too high, I don't want the business. Then people come running and screaming, say, you told me to charge A. I'm not getting any business. So I was like $10 cheaper, $20 cheaper, and I started getting business. It's like, all right, cool. You're gonna blame me because nobody went with your thing because you weren't able to sell the numbers. You have to believe in your numbers. If you don't believe in your numbers, if you can't back up those numbers, you're not going to be able to be successful with that A price. So then you go B, you tell them B, which would be maybe a lower price, right? You say, okay, charge B when you go out. That's the ballpark, charge B. Then what happens? What blows back in the person's face that says to charge B? Damn, man, I was out there charging this B rate, and this whole time I could have been charging A. You know how much money I missed because this dude told me to charge B when I could have been getting A money? So then I'm the bad guy still. I'm the bad guy if I tell you a high number and you can't sell the high number. I'm a bad guy if I tell you a lower number and in your market you're able to get more. So I appreciate you putting your question there. I do not want to discourage you from asking more questions. I love the questions. I ask for the questions. My sister says that I'm annoying with asking for questions, but my number one thing is I do not talk money because it is a no-win situation for me. It is a no-win situation for me. You have to do your numbers. You must find out what your cost of doing business is. Once you find out what your cost of doing business, then you can let me get this pen. Once you find out what your cost of doing business is, then you could factor in all your numbers, and that will tell you what rate you need to charge. Once you know what rate you need to charge, you can be more persuasive with your number. So if you say, hey man, I'm $500 to come out, they say, damn, $500, where the hell you $500? You're like, hey, look, man, I'm authorized. I go to all the training classes. I have lunch with the CEO of the company and blah, blah, blah. And, no. Yeah, of course there is. Of course there is. And I'll get to that. Thank you for asking. So you say, yeah, I go to all the training classes. I have $9 million insurance. I have this, I have that, and, all the whole nine. And if you present it in the right way, you can get whatever dollar number you're asking for. Yes, we're the premier service provider. We're Cefesa certified. We're Nate certified. You got all the little badges and tassels and shit from Nate and Cefesa and stuff all over you. More power to you. But yeah, we're that and we this and shit, I'm gonna lose my AirPods. So once you do that, you should be able to sell your numbers. Sir, ma'am, we offer 2 weeks vacation to all our employees, college benefits to their children. We offer health, dental. Uh, we offer 401k and a 10% match and blah 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 blah. Once you know your numbers, then you can sell. You can sell your service. Now, what I'm doing right now is I am. Let me take down the serial number. Jacob, did you actually look it up yet? Because I put the link in the chat. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool. I'm glad you got it. All right, so I did this. So what I'm doing now. Hold on one second. Let me bring you guys back in to what I'm doing. So yes, every manufacturer has their warranty labor sheet. Some is harder to find than others. It is always available from tech support. Okay. It is always the labor allowance guide is always available from tech support. If you call them, if you email them, it's usually better to just email them because then they'll just respond back with it. But if you contact them, they will give you that sheet and all the numbers are there. You plug in your dollar amount with that. That's all you got to do. Plug in your dollar amount and you're good to go. So let's see here. Let me go back to, oh, yeah, my bad. This page, which is the warranty page. And it says here, we don't want the damn warranty statement. What the heck? Register. Click here to verify warranty status. All right, click here to verify warranty status. There we go. So this link is still the same. Save this link. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm gonna put this in here. I don't know if it's gonna. Oh, good. So then you don't need to get it. All right, you don't need to get it. You don't need to get it from your supplier. You can go ahead and get it from the Evil Empire. I'll call everybody the Evil Empire. So yeah, what you do is you just type it in here, and your shit. It's not gonna come up. It's not gonna come up on here. Uh, but if everyone clicks on that link, that's what you're gonna see the you're gonna see that other window pop up, and then you put in your serial number. It'll tell you how long it lasts, what's still under warranty, what is not. So I take it you have one that's from 2018. Well, yeah, it's got 18 in the number. Duh, it's got 18. I'll flash it since it's out of warranty. I'll flash it real quick. It's got 2018 in the serial number. So this is a Gen 1. This is a Gen 1 ice machine. What you're going to see is you're going to notice scale in all those little pockets on the side, or even water. That is all indication from Gen 1. They pretty much got that figured out by Gen 3. So let me see. Warranty is expired. So yeah, you can go nuts. You can go nuts on this. Let me see if I got the other thing. You can go nuts. So according to this, let me show you how this should work then. So according to this, let me bring you into where I am. Let me bring you in. And everyone else, feel free. Like I said, I will talk about everything else except for those type of that type of thing, because I will never come out on the good end on that. I will always be a bad guy. Oh, Mike Reed told me to charge $500 for my service call, and then nobody want me. And it's like, well, sure, you don't sell it, man. And that free service call, Jazz, that free service call, it is not a thing on the commercial side. All of those who try to do that free service call, if you stay in business long enough, they will be gone. There is no such thing as free service call with repair on the commercial side. So, water curtain, water float, water pump, water return, water distribution, water pump tube. What the hell is this? What the hell? It says water, but where did it go? That's nuts. All right, let me see here. Let me see if it says something else. Wow, water inlet valve, 1 hour. 1 hour. Which is kind of bogus. They say 1 hour. which is kind of bogus because there it is, water inlet valve 1 hour. Because this is kind of a pain in the ass to change. And I did it in my live video. Let me zoom in so you'll have a good idea of what the hell's going on. So these two screws are mounted going to the back and is right there by the damn drain. So usually the drain tube is kind of like in the way. So it makes it kind of hard to get to it. It takes 12, 14 minutes to make ice. And so this sucker is mounted in here like this. This part is there. When you try to remove the damn thing, you take out the two bolts, you're like, yeah, and it usually gets stuck. Gets stuck because of the way that they install. Whoever made the connection for the water line, usually you use some kind of like 90-degree attachment, and it won't fit through the damn hole. Since it's out of warranty, when you do get the damn thing apart, you lock on here and then you undo the other line, and then you're able to get it through. Go take your pliers and go through that opening and just widen the hole just a little bit. Make sure that the hole is ruptured to the outside of the unit, not to the inside, because you're going to want this to sit flush on the inside. That way, then when you need to change these again in the future, you can then pull it out. You'll have a large enough hole to pull this out. Right. So once you're able to pull this out, yes, it literally takes 2 minutes because this comes off with no tool needed. The wires come off with no tools needed, and then you could just reattach the new one. Of course, you're going to use your tape. Do not use pipe dope. You're going to use some kind of tape to make sure it doesn't leak. But yeah, they say an hour because it's usually taking an hour to get that damn thing off. Okay. 10 minutes. Sometimes it might take 10 minutes. It does sit for a while. It is kind of nerve-wracking waiting on that damn thing to start. Okay, all right, that's without error codes and working front panel buttons. Yes. Another helpful tip is to just go to the damn side and unplug the main power, plug it back in. Because when it gets stuck and it takes forever thinking, once you unplug it, then plug it back in, it's going to do its own self-diagnostic mode. Check it out, and then start. Then it will start. It'll equalize the system, and then it's going to start. Yeah, that will take like 5 minutes or so. But you don't have to worry about holding down the buttons like what I'm doing. And normally that would restart, so that was also a clue that the damn keypad was bad. So now, you see the three bad actors. And then two, make sure that if this damn thing falls off, it will shut off, even if it's like crooked or cockeyed. Because my earbuds are dying, you will not be able to hear me properly through this Apple Mac microphone. It's going to have bad sound. Let's see here. Let's see how much time we got left. This has been a 2-hour live stream. I have 10% left on the earbuds. So you got 10% left of questions. Unplug the keypad. If you unplug the keypad, you will avoid unnecessary drama. The machine works without the keypad. Unplug the keypad. Unplug the main power. Plug it back up. You don't even have to wait that long. 10 seconds. Plug it back up without the keypad. Go in there, start it just like I'm doing just now. It will start. If you plug in the keypad and start acting crazy, then you got your answer. Then you know the damn keypad is nuts. But now that you know these things, you're going to be fine. Oh yeah, Manitowoc. Thank you. Because I actually did the Manitowoc one earlier. Did you do Manitowoc labor guide, labor allowance. Do 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 do. Bow. And here we go. Bam. And you say, God dang. This is the dope jam. Now let's define the terms.
Now, let it sit.
Now you can. Hold on one second. No, no, no. Don't worry about that. Let's see here. I didn't charge my earbuds at all today, and I was working and recording the video and all that stuff. Okay, so we're in here. They actually have a guide, and it's here we go. Oh, come on. It's actually in the book. It's in the book too. Minotaur is being a real pain with this. That's the bond. We don't want the bond. We want the actual labor hours. All right, warranty registration, warranty verification. Let's see if it's under this claim form. Let's see if it's under here. And then I can send you this. Let me show you. Here's the claim. Let's see if it's under here. All right, I'm gonna put this in the chat so that you could try to follow along with me. This is where it's gonna be. And I'll have to go back because this damn thing is. Hold on one second. Let me go to Manitowoc. Manitowoc labor allowance. All right. All right. Coming right at you for the chat. All right. So listed down below is the link. It is in the chat. You can click that. You can follow along. This is the instructions for filing the claim. But in order to, unless they just have it where it's popping up, it's in the books. You will receive the books when you go to class. You receive all these damn books, a ton of books. Warranty verification. Let's see if it's under there. See if it's under warranty verification. You put in your serial number. Let's see. No. All right. So it's a little bit of hide and seek. It is there. It is there. I'm going to do another. Let's see here. Let's go home. Oh, they're playing games. They're playing games. Let's go back to this one. Let's see if it's under the labor claim form. There we go. Here we go. There we go. Yahtzee. We got it. We got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. All right. So it took us a little bit. So you got to go to Manitowoc Ice /service. And then under the warranty, where the hell did I have to go? It's under component repair time. Let's see if we can get there a little earlier. Let's see if we can get there under component repair times. Let's Google that. Manitowoc. Component repair times. That should bring me right to it. And it did. All right, here's the link. Incoming. Well, shoot. Not quite the link, but here's the Google search. Keep this with you. Let's see if. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can get. There we go. Copy the link. Copy link address. All right. I'm going to put this in the chat. This is the actual link address right here. Click on this and see if it takes you to the same one that you're looking at on the screen. This is the one. Click this one. See if this is the one that will take you to it. See if that's the one that will take you there. And I tried the pinning thing. Let's see if that works. I got about I got about 8%, 7 on one ear, 8 on the other. So please chime in. Let me know if this link takes you to the same one that you see here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your numbers and you're going to plug it in with this. So they're saying it takes 4 to 6 hours to do a headmaster. A headmaster is the same thing with that Craig Migliaccio video that I showed you. So that's a 4 to 6 hour job. That's on the condenser, the harvest pressure regulating valve, pretty much the same thing like what I showed you on my ice machine at the house. They're all the same thing. They're all metering devices. Okay, they're all metering devices. The evaporator, like they said, 4 to 5 hours. So you're going to plug in your labor with this. Now, that is not the end all be all. That does not include recovery. Right? So then you're gonna add your recovery. You're gonna add your recovery pump oil. You're going to, like I said, the time involved with that. You're gonna add the cost of the recovery machine that you're using. All of that gets plugged in to that. Some people want to put virgin refrigerant in. They don't want to use the same old refrigerant. Oh, good, good, good. I'm glad the last minute. Thank you, my apps. I appreciate that. So this is all part of figuring out what your numbers are going to be. This is all figuring out. Like I said, it's all plug and play. Once you figure out what your cost of doing business is, then what you're going to need, as far as building, as far as you got to factor in cracked windshields. You got to factor in brake changes. You got to factor in changing your oil every month or every other month. I know every month might be excessive, so every other month. You got to factor in tires. You have to factor in all of that in your cost of living and cost of doing business. That is what's going on. None of your prices are going to be too high. None of your prices are going to be too high. They're all going to be a fraction of what the big guys are charging. None of your prices are going to be too high. So water inlet valve, they say 2 hours. They say 2 hours on Manitowoc. Ice-O-Matic says 1 hour. And part of that is on the sales side. They're like, oh, see, look, the cost of doing business with our equipment is half the cost of Manitowoc's. But Manitowoc believes in putting in a healthy margin in there for you. And this is from 2022. So even they got structural things, panels, 2 hours, door hinges, 2 hours. Manitowoc is a lot more reasonable. A lot more reasonable. There's that the aux pump thing for the UV. That there's the luminize. Here's the luminize. So what do they say? 2 hours. 2 hours my ass. 2 hours my ass. That was over 2 hours. It was over 2 hours to put in that damn luminize. The pain in my ass. To put in the luminize with the aux pump thing. So what do they say the aux pump is? 2 hours. And they say together. Yeah. It took a lot longer than 2 hours to wire in the luminize into the machine, put in the wires, mount the damn luminize in the water dispenser area where it makes the ice, and then hook it up with the pump on the left side of the machine and the dip tube and all that other garbage, and then programming the damn thing, programming it so it take the damn 2 hours. So anyway, sorry I went off on a little rant there in the end, but I'm back now. So thank you all for attending. I tried to stay on long enough to go over this. I really never intended for you guys to have to go all the way back to the beginning. This was just a little something I did because I experienced this today. So it's just a little Saturday show and tell for all of you that could attend. If you do want to go back and look at it, thank you very much. Please subscribe. Please pass on my information to others to subscribe. I'm at almost 2,000 hours of watch content. I need 4,000. I'm at 370 something in subscribers. I need, shoot. Anyway, I need more. I need more. I think I need 1,000. So, oh, you want to know about the donations? All right. So thank you very much. The donations are always welcome. That is the I'm primarily using Cash App. I have PayPal, but PayPal actually froze my account because I do too many manual entries. I've always done manual entries. I've used PayPal for 10 years. PayPal is now using Zettle, and the Zettle is all computerized. And the computer said I might possibly be engaging in fraud by putting in all these manually entered credit card numbers. Well, I do manually entered because guess what? The person at Starbucks that has the credit card isn't there. The person that is the manager of the office isn't there. They're in California and the office is in Houston. So I do a ton of manual entry. I do a ton of manual entry. So thank goodness I didn't put up my PayPal information. I only put up my Cash App. So, oh, I will. Thank you, 63 Impala. I will do these. I felt like I didn't. I'm in the position where, like I said, not only can I do show and tell, right? This is something that I have a slight advantage of over the other guys because I do wave the flag. I do wave the Ice-O-Matic flag. I wave that banner around, dude. I wave that banner. I have the parts. I'm in contact with the factory. I'm in contact with the distributor. They trust me to take care. I take care of millions of dollars in Isomatic product, brand new product. So it is it's kind of a thing. It's kind of a thing. So I actually have a lot of clientele based solely on the fact that they are Isomatic customers. And you never really hear me say much about Isomatic, but I have these very large chains, and some of the best chains I've ever gotten are because they are Isomatic customers, and Isomatic recommends me to the customer, and I'll go ahead and take care of them. And so that I impress upon you all, spend the time, go to the classes. I know other YouTubers tell you that the classes are boring. The classes will become boring to you once this is old hat. Once you're in the groove, once you understand it, once you know it inside and out, once you can teach the damn class, yeah, the class is going to be boring. But until then, until you know this stuff inside and out, it will not be boring. Every time you go to the class, you will learn something new. Every time you go to the class, that one new thing that you learn will make you money. Every time you go to the class, make sure you let the instructor know who you are. Do not bitch about the product. Do not go and complain and whine and why are they doing this and why are they doing that. That is not helpful to anyone, and it damn sure ain't helpful to you. Do not badmouth the product. I don't give a damn if it's Follett. I don't give a damn if it's Scotsman, Isomatic, Hoshizaki. I don't care what it is. Don't badmouth the product. Just, if it's being difficult, it's being difficult. You just address it. Say, hey, man, these are unusual circumstances, and let that be that. The rest of that stuff is not going to be helpful to you. But I'm very grateful to Isomatic because they have given me all of these very large customers. Like I said, I have Starbucks, for God's sakes. I have Starbucks. I have a lot of customers that are on the stock market, and they're traded on Nasdaq. They're traded on the Dow, and I am their go-to customer because Isomatic tells them that I am, because I communicate with the factory. When you're out here on these jobs, do not hesitate to call the factory. I know Manitowoc might be a little hard to get a hold of, but they do take note, right? They will not admit that they have a problem. No manufacturer is going to admit that they have a problem. But if you bring it up to them that you have noticed these issues and you address it, and if you can handle it, they will work with you. They will work with you. You recognize the different things that they have, and you communicate with the factory. Hey, look, I was this out on here. I just want you to know I had a fill valve that kept overflowing. I don't know if this is a thing. Is there something else I need to do besides just replacing the fill valve? And they'll say yes, no, or this and the other. All right. But with that, good luck out there. I wish you all much success. And I'll see you on the next video.